Shabbat Shalom, everyone, and good Shabbos.
Good
Thank you. It is Friday night. It's a little bit rainy, but quite a nice day nonetheless, right? It's Shabbat, so we have everything that we need, and hopefully you're looking at us with the new camera that we have. So I'm trying to figure out where I should be looking, because if I'm looking to my right, I'm not looking up, I'm not looking out, I'm not looking at you at home. I can't win. So I'm just going to look at the back of the room and talk to the invisible people back there. But it's Friday night, and we are here for our Kabbalat Shabbat, to welcome Shabbat and to just be together. And so this evening, we're going to begin, as always, with benching lift, lighting the candles, and we have Suzanne here.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we by our lives give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we in our own day be among those who kindle light.
There you go.
Thank you.
No. Push it all the way up, and now click. There you go. It's child-proof. Often rabbi-proof too. Good blessing.
Oh. Oh dear, I'm sorry. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen. Thank you. All right, let's turn to page 9, and let's read responsively at the top of page 9. There are days when we seek things for ourselves and measure failure by what we do not gain.
On Shabbat, we seek not to acquire, but to share.
There are days when we exploit nature as if it were a horn of plenty that can never be exhausted.
On Shabbat, we stand in wonder before the mystery of creation.
There are days when we act as if we care nothing for the rights of others.
On Shabbat, we remember that justice is our duty and a better world our goal.
So we embrace Shabbat, day of rest, day of wonder, day of peace. All right, let's continue with Lecha Dodi, song that comes to us from the ancient and medieval and modern city of Svat up in the northern Galil. Beautiful, beautiful place. Page 20 and 21. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nikabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nikabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibor echad, Ishme'anu el hamyuchad, Adonai echad u'shmaho echad, L'shem tiferet v'litila, Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nikabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, Ki mekor ha'bracha, merosh mikedem nesucha, sof ma'aseh v'machshava tchila, lecha dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nikabela, mikdash melech yimelucha, kumitzei mitoch ha'pecha, Rablach shevet b'yemech avacha, v'hu yachamol alaychem lecha dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nikabela, itna arim yarfar kubi, Livshi bigdei tifartecha mi, al yad beni shebat lachmi, korba el nafshi gehala, lecha dodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela, hitorari, ki va'orek kumi uri, shir daberi, kevod Adonai alayich nigla, lecha dodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela, lo tevoshi v'lo tikolmi, mahatish tochachi umatemi, bach yechesu aniyeh ami, v'nihibneta al tila, lecha dodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela, v'hayu l'shimsa shohosayich, v'rachaku kol nevalayich, yasis alayich Elohayich, ki himsos chatan al-kala, lecha dodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela, yamin u'smol tifrotzi, v'et Adonai taritzi, al yad ish ben partzi, v'nihi smecha v'nagila, lecha dodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela, bo'vi v'shalom ateret bala, gam b'simcha u'b'sola, toch emunei am segula, bo'vi chala, lecha dodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Let's turn the page to 22, Psalm for Shabbat, Psalm 92. We'll read some verses from it in English and then conclude with Sadiq Katamar. Let's read together. The Psalm, a song for Shabbat. It is good to praise Adonai, to sing hymns to your name, O Most High, to proclaim your steadfast love at daybreak, your faithfulness each night, with a 10-string harp, with voice and lyre together. You have gladdened me by your deeds, Adonai. I shout for joy at your handiwork. How great are your works, Adonai, how very subtle your designs. A brute cannot know, a fool cannot understand this. Tzadik katama yifrach, ke'erez balvanon yiskeh, shetulin bebeit Adonai, bechatrot Eloheinu Yafrichu. O Jenubun Beseva, Deshenim Bera'ananim, Yihiyu Lehagi, Ki Ashar Adonai, Tzuri, Velo Havlatavo. Page 24. We'll continue with Shalom Aleichem. Shalom Aleichem is the traditional greeting when you see somebody, not just on Shabbat, but anytime you say Shalom Aleichem, and the response is Aleichem Shalom. And this is what we're saying to the angels when the rabbis say, come to spend Shabbat with us every week. Top of page 24, Shalom Aleichem. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei HaSharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Malachem LaShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruchuni LeShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedchem LaShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. As we conclude Kabbalat Shabbat, we're going to turn to page 294 for Mourner's Kaddish. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shmech Rabbah, v'almad yivrach yiruteh, v'yamlich malchuteh, v'chayechon v'yomechon, v'chayeh d'chol Beit Yisrael, v'agalav v'zman kariv v'yimru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah v'vorach l'olam l'omei maya, v'yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yitalel v'yithalal shmei v'tikudasha richu, le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechamata, da'amiram v'elma v'yimru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom v'imrumav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. All right, we're at the beginning of Arvit l'Shabbat, the evening service for Shabbat, beginning with Baruch Hu on page 146. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach, Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach, Le'olam Va'ed. Let's read together on page 147 in English. Adonai, your majesty is proclaimed by the marvels of earth and sky. Sun, moon, and stars testify to your power and wisdom. Day follows day in endless succession, and the years vanish, but your sovereignty endures. Though all things pass, let not your glory depart from us. Help us to become co-workers with you and endow our fleeting days with abiding worth. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'ma'ariv Ahavim. Second blessing before the Shema, Ahavat Olam. Ahavat Olam, Beit Yisrael, Amcha Ahavta, Torah u'mitzvot, Chukim u'mishpatim, Otanu limadeta. Al kein Adonai Eloheinu, v'shofeinu u'hukumeinu, nasiach bechukecha, v'nismach b'divrei Toratecha, u'v'mitzvotecha, le'olam va'ed. Ki heim chayenu v'yorech yameinu v'yorech yameinu, u'bahem nehege yomam v'layla, yomam v'layla. Ve'ahavatecha al tasir mimenu le'olamim, Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levacha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol miotecha v'hayu advarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam B'shivtecha b'beitecha, u'blektecha b'derech, u'b'shofbecha u'vkumecha, u'fshartam le'ot al yadecha, v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha, u'chtavtam al mezuzot beitecha, u'b'hisharecha, le'ma'an tizkeru, Va'asitem et kol mitzvotai, v'yitem kedoshim le'Elohechem. Ani Adonai Elohechem, asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim, liot lachem le'Elohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem. Page 151, let's read responsibly in English. We worship the power that unites the universe, a promise of harmony for all.
Yet that oneness loses our grasp as imperfection and evil bound.
Before our eyes there is a vision of perfection, order, and goodness.
There is evil enough to break the heart, and there is good enough to exalt the soul.
When will redemption come?
When we grant everyone what we claim for ourselves.
Long ago, we escaped the tyranny of Egypt. Our people saw the power of the Most High.
We learned God's presence redeems time and event, so we celebrate this power that makes for real.
Page 152 at the top. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, Nohora tehilot, ohosei feleh, malchutecha ra'u vanecha, bokeyam lifnei Moshe, ze eli anu v'yamru, Adonai yimloch leolam v'hed, v'nemar kifad Adonai et Yaakov, Uga'alo miyad chazak mimenu, Baruch atah Adonai, Gal Yisrael. Page 153, Hashkiveinu. Hashkiveinu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, V'ha'amideinu shomreinu l'chayim. Hashkiveinu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, v'ha'amideinu shomreinu l'chayim. And let's read together. Give us place to rest, O God. Shelter us in the long, soft evening shadows of your truth. You are true protection and safety. In your presence we find love and acceptance. Watch over us as we go forth. Prepare for us as we return. Spread over us your shelter of peace, over all we love, over our Jerusalem and yours. Baruch atah Adonai, aporei sukat shalom aleinu, v'al kol amo Yisrael, v'al Yerushalayim. Page 154 at the top, verses from Exodus. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת. לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, בני ישראל, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת. לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי 6 ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת. לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת. לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. All right, we are at the Amidah, the central prayer of the evening service, and we'll begin together on 155, and then chant 156 and 157 together. We'll then go silently so you can read the rest of the Amidah, whether it's in the Hebrew, the English, or you can offer up your own personal meditation during that time. We're going to begin together on page 155. Adonai sifatai tiftach u'yagi tehilatecha. Adonai sifatai tiftach u'yagi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imoteinu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah. El Hagadol, Hagibor, Hanora, El Elyon, Romel Chasadim Tovim, Vekonei HaKol, Vezocher Chasei Avot Leimahot, Umevi Goel Lifnei B'neihem, Leman Shemo B'Ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magin, Baruch atah Adonai, Magin Abraham, V'ezrat Sarah. Atah gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayei metim atarav lahoshia. Mashiv haruach u'morid hagashem. Mechalkel chayim v'chesed, Mechayei metim v'rachamim rabim. Somech noflim v'rofei koholim, umatir asurim, umekayem emunato v'shenei afar, v'chamocha ba'al givorot, Umidol melach, melech memit umechayeh, umatzmiach Yeshua, v'ne'eman ata l'chayot metim. Baruch atah Adonai, Mechaye Hametim. So completing your Amidah, please continue at your own pace. We are on page 160 and we'll read together in English. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may we all live in such a way that this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat. All right, page 163, a little bit of hoda'ah, a little bit of gratitude and thanksgiving, a little bit of recognizing the good that happened this week. For me, it was a beautiful week. We had some really, really sweet weather, and that was worth its weight in gold. I have a friend coming to visit who's I haven't seen in a decade, so it's nice to have that to look forward to. And so, anything, right? It just doesn't have to be a big ticket item, a showstopper, although it can be. But all the little things in the life that we need that make our lives better, we should be grateful for. So find something to be grateful for and adopt an attitude of gratitude. So on page 163 at the top, let's read responsibly. Responsibly, of course, but responsibly as well. For the good in us, which calls us to a better life, we give thanks.
With the strength to improve the world with our hearts and our hands, we offer praise.
For the desire in us, which leads us to work for peace, we are grateful.
For life and nature, harmony and beauty, for the hope of tomorrow, all praise to the source of being.
All right, we're going to close out on page 164, the evening Amidah with Shalom Rav. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Ki atahu melech Adon, Lechol hashalom, ki atahu melech Adon, Lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. V'tov benecha levarech et Amcha Yisrael b'chol eit u'b'chol sha'ah Bishlomecha, Shalom Rahav al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rahav al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Praise are you, Adonai, who blesses your people Israel with peace. Baruch atah Adonai, hamevorech et amo Yisrael, b'shalom. Page 253, we're going to jump ahead a little bit, and we'll continue in the middle of the page with the Mishaberach. Mishaberach Avoteinu Mikor habracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mishaberach Imotenu Mikor habracha Lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. We're going to continue on pages 258 and 259 with prayers for our community. And Judy, would you lead us in the prayer for our congregation?
Source of well-being, may the children of this community learn these passions from us: love of Torah, devotion and prayer, and support of the needy. May we guide with integrity, and may our leadership be in your service. May those who teach and nourish us be blessed with satisfaction, and may we appreciate their time and their devotion. Bless us with the fruits of wisdom and understanding, and may our efforts bring fulfillment and joy.
Baruch atah Adonai, she'otecha levadecha b'yirah na'avod. Maury, would you lead us for the prayer for our country?
Thus says Adonai, this is what I desire, to unlock the fetters of wickedness and untie the cords of lawlessness, to let the oppressed go free, to break off every yoke. Share your bread with the hungry, and take the wretched poor into your home. When you see the naked, give clothing, and do not ignore your own kin. If you banish the yoke from your midst, the menacing hand, the evil speech, if you offer compassion to the hungry and satisfy the famished creature, then your light shall shine in darkness.
Top of page 259. Sha'alu shalom Yerushalayim, yishlayu ohavayim. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. May those who love you prosper. Avinu Shabbat Shamayim, Sur Yisrael v'Golo, Barech et Medinat Yisrael, Reishit Smichat Gulatenu, Hagein Aleha v'Efrat Chastecha, Ufros Aleha Sukat Shlomecha, Ushlach Orcha v'Amitecha l'Rosheha, Sareha v'Yoetzeha, V'Tatneim Be'etza Tova Milfanecha, V'Natata Shalom Ba'aretz, V'Simchat Olam Liyoshveha, V'Nomar Amen. And Suzanne, would you lead us in the English, please?
O Heavenly One, Protector and Redeemer of Israel, bless the state of Israel, which marks the dawning of hope for all who seek peace. Shield it beneath the wings of your love. Spread over it the canopy of your peace. Send your light and truth to all who lead and advise. guiding them with your good counsel. Establish peace in the land and fullness of joy for all who dwell there. Amen.
Amen. Thank you all. All right, friends, it is Parshat Vayechi this week, and it is the last Parsha, the last readings in the book of Genesis. So next week you need to tune in because it's a brand new book of the Torah, the book of Shemot, which picks up with Bnei Yisrael. We're leaving the age of the patriarchs and the matriarchs and moving into Israel as it becomes a nation. And so Parshat Vayechi closes the story of Yosef and ends the book of Genesis. And it records the last years and the death of Yaakov. Right? He is the third of our patriarchs. So after 17 years of living in Egypt, Yaakov realizes that he doesn't have much time left. So he asks Yosef to bring Yosef's sons, right? These are Yaakov's grandsons, to him for a blessing. Right? Now, the two children that come that are of the Yosef's sons, his two sons are Ephraim and Manasseh. And they are unique in the book of Genesis because they are the only brothers who got along. There's no stories of them fighting or any animosity, but we know that starting with Isaac and Ishmael, there was strife there, not necessarily between the two brothers, but between the parents of the brothers. Then there was the story of Jacob and Esau. Well, there was strife there. And then we had the story of Joseph and his brothers, and Lord knows there was a lot of strife there. So the two who got along in the book of Genesis, Ephraim and Manasseh. And so as after Yosef brings his sons and Yaakov blesses them, he makes Yosef promise not to bury him in Egypt. He does not want to be buried in Egypt. Rather, take him back to the cave at Machpelah, the cave on the land that Abraham bought, where Abraham and Sarah are buried, where Isaac and Rebekah are buried, and where Leah is buried. Rachel, of course, Rachel died while giving birth, and she's buried on the side of the road. And so Yaakov wants to go to the family plot, as it were. And so after blessing the grandsons and making Joseph promise to bury him in Canaan, Yaakov calls for his other sons and blesses each of them. Now, if you read this, it's less of a blessing and more of an evaluation of who they are. Right? So he calls them out and he says, yeah, I'm blessing you guys, but Reuben, you have this problem, and Levi, you're this, and Shimon, you're this, and you need to be aware of that. So he lets them know that he knows who they are. Yaakov dies, and they do, in fact, take him back to the cave at Machpelah, where he is buried. As soon as Yaakov dies, the brothers fear that now that the patriarch is dead, Yosef will punish them for what they did to him. All right, so they felt that maybe Yosef was making nice while dad was still alive, but the moment dad is gone, Yosef is going to exact his retribution for what they did to him. But Yosef, in fact, has changed so much that he says, no, I am not that person anymore, and so I am going to reassure you that you are safe here, and that for as long as I am here, I will protect you. And Yosef lives to the ripe old age of 110, and before he dies, he tells his family that, listen, you guys are going to be stuck here for a while, but God will return you to your land, right? And that land is the land of Canaan. That land ultimately becomes Eretz Yisrael. And he instructs them to take his bones with them when they leave Egypt. And there is a wonderful midrash that when the Israelites are leaving Egypt, out of the Nile pops up this aron, this casket, holding Joseph's bones. And so they go out and they get the casket and they take the bones with them when they leave. And so Yosef dies. bringing an end to the book of Genesis. And now what is so important about the whole Yosef story is that Bnei Yisrael is now in Egypt. And without them getting into Egypt, if they weren't in Egypt, we wouldn't have the rest of the Torah. And so now they're in Egypt, and the rest of the story is going to unfold. This whole prelude, beginning with the creation of the world, with Noah and the stories, then starting with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, getting us to Yosef. Yosef gets us into Egypt, and now the rest of the Torah can unfold. Because if we're not in Egypt, there's no need for God to take us out of slavery. So now we're there, things are going well, but next week we find out things weren't so great. Kind of like our history throughout history, right? We're fine in a land for a while, and then all of a sudden it's not so great. So that is Parshat Vayechi, and this is our Torah portion. That was our Torah portion in a nutshell. All right, friends, I have a confession to make. I know it's not the high holidays, but I dread this time of year. All right, I dread it. I absolutely dread it. It is the happy holidays versus Merry Christmas. All right, and to be honest, you know, when I turn on the news and I hear people wailing about the war on Christmas, of which there is no war, I think we have other more pressing issues that need our attention. Hunger, homelessness, disaster relief. I mean, there's a ton of things on it. Nevertheless, as a rabbi, I always get asked my take, more specifically, do I get offended when someone says to me, Merry Christmas? It's a valid question, right? I mean, often I'm walking around with my kippah on and people see me, and if they say Merry Christmas, you know, to be honest, it didn't bother me. A long time ago, it did not bother me. For a long time, my answer would be no. It didn't bother me one way or the other. It was what people said, right? And now I'm talking 30, 40 years ago, right? But now, lately, my view has changed, right? This idea of a war on Christmas, and I'm not quite sure I understand what that means, although someone told me it is a war that has been caused by people reacting to the statement, Merry Christmas, which I don't know of anybody reacting badly to someone say Merry Christmas, but no one as far as I know, is trying to cancel Christmas. Well, maybe the Grinch, right? The Grinch, am I on the right holiday?
Yeah.
Right, okay. the Grinch, right? But I'm not trying to cancel Christmas, but I do like the idea of happy holidays. And I'll tell you why. Not everybody celebrates Christmas, right? And if it were just Jews and Christians, you know, whatever. But there are Jews, we are here, and there are Buddhists, and there are Muslims, and there are all sorts of religions that don't celebrate Christmas. And so it might be presumptuous to assume that everybody celebrates the same things at the same time. But here's what really got me. Long time ago, I found out that from November 20th to January 24th, right, span of November, December, November to 2 months, there are at least 14 different holidays or observances that people follow, right? So, I mean, off the top of my head, we have Hanukkah, we have Christmas, we have Kwanzaa, the pagans have Yule, right? That's 4, right? I don't know the rest of them, but there's at least 4, and only one of them is Christmas. And so, you know, the safest way to include everybody is simply to say happy holidays. You're bound to get it right? So if somebody says to me, happy holidays now, it's like, okay, thanks. My holidays are done, but you have a happy holiday, whatever that is. Whether it's Christmas, Yule, Kwanzaa, a Buddhist moon festival. I mean, it's easier, but when everybody just assumes that, everybody celebrates Christmas, or, well, that's what I've always said, and, nobody's going to change my mind. I'm not quite sure that's an adult way of behaving. I was in a Walmart. Where was it? Was it in Tampa? Must have been Tampa. And I was online and I was waiting, and the cashier was having this very loud conversation about why she was not going to say anything other than Merry Christmas. Nobody could make her say anything but Merry Christmas. And while she's having this, she's staring at me because I was there and I had my kippah on. And I had a longer beard at the time. So, I looked like out of central casting, a Hasidic rabbi, right? And so she's just staring at me, telling everybody that she is not going to bow to the pressure of this, that. Okay, right? So I'm what? Well, fine, say whatever you want. So when I got up, I just looked at her and I leaned in and I said, that was uncalled for. You didn't need to make that kind of a stink because I wasn't going to make a stink. But you know what? Happy holidays. And if I ever hear your voice like that again, I'm going to find your manager. Right? But, I'm not looking for a fight. Nobody's looking for a fight. Say happy holidays. Or let me put it to you this way, right? When somebody says to me, Merry Christmas, it's like somebody's having a birthday and it's their birthday, and they keep saying to you, happy birthday, trying to convince you that it's also your birthday, right? It's that idea that because I'm celebrating something, everybody else is celebrating. So I beat people to the punch. I say happy holidays before they have a chance to say Merry Christmas. And if somebody says Merry Christmas, okay. Happy holidays. It's not declaring a war. Actually, it's recognizing that there are many ways to celebrate the winter holidays. Not just one, many, at least 14. Shabbat Shalom and good Shabbos. All right, it is time for Kiddush. We have Maury getting up. He's going to pass out, I guess it's Manischewitz. I hope it's Manischewitz. I don't know what they drink. I drink grape juice. Kedem. Mine's Kedem. A good week. And so, Vayehi erev vayehi boker yom hashishi vayachulu hashamayim v'haaretz v'chol tzivam vayachal Elohim vayom hashvihi melachto asher asa vayishvot vayom hashvihi mikol melachto asher asa vayavarech Elohim et yom hashvihi Vayikadesh oto, hivo shavat mikol melachto, asher bara Elohim la'asot. Sabri, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, V'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho, v'ahava uvratzon, infilanu, zikaron v'mahaseh bereshit, ihu yom techila lamikrae kodesh, zecher letziyat mitzrayim, kivanu v'acharta, V'otanu kidasha mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha v'ahava uvratzon inchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh HaShabbat. All right, I'm going to start closing out our service on page 282. Aleinu. Aleinu l'shabeach la'adon ha'kol, la'teit gedula liyotzeh breshit, Shelo asanu k'goyei haratzot, v'lo samanu k'mishpachot Adam ha. Shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam. V'anachnu korim, u'mishtachavim u'modim, lifnei melech Malchei Hamlachim, Akadosh Baruch Hu, Shehu Notei Shamayim v'Yosed Haaretz, U'Moshav Yikaro B'Shamayim B'Mahal, U'Shchinatu Zo, V'Govhei Meromim, U'Eloheinu Einod, Emet Malkeinu Efes Ulato, Kakatu B'Torato, V'Yadata Hayom V'Hashevota, Elevavecha, Ki Adonai Hu Elohim, B'Shamayim Mimal, V'al haaretz, mitachat eino. Kakatu b'toratecha, Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed, v'nehemar v'haya Adonai l'melech al kol haaretz, v'yom hahu, yihyeh Adonai echad, U'shemo echad. We continue Shloshim for Eric Pyburn. This week we'll observe the following yahrzeits: Isabel Seligson, Mary Lee Glazer's mother, Sam Colker, Joe and Herb's father, Peter Island, Ed's son, Joseph Ellswick, Pat Johnson's great-great-grandfather, Lydia Hess, Anna Kaplan, Pauline's sister-in-law, married to Sam, mother of Steve and Betsy, Charles Levine, Loretta's husband, Leanne and Amy's father, Helen Robbins, Howard Feinberg's maternal grandmother, Selma Footlick Galpin, Betty Colker's mother, Carolyn Sue Cohen Witten, daughter of Isidore and Bessie, sister of Nancy, cousin of David and Billy Glick, Henry E. Angel, husband of Doris, father of Candy and Charlotte, Marge Halstead, Karen Colker's mother, Samuel Mansbach, son of Joe, Albert Levine, Marilyn Cohen's father, David Koros, son of Don and Betty, Rose Marie Levy, Bob's aunt, Sarah Levy, Bob's mother, Sylvia Levy Pollock, Bob Levy's aunt. May their souls be bound up with bond of life eternal. May their memories be a blessing to us all, and may they always rest in peace. Mourner's Kaddish is found on page 294. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemech rabbah, v'alma tivrach hirutei v'yamlik malchutei, v'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'chayei v'chol beit Yisrael, Ba'agalha Bisman Kariv V'Imru Amen. Yehei Shnei Rabbah V'Barach V'Olam V'Omel Maya. Yitbarach V'Yishtabach V'Yitpa'ar V'Yitramam V'Yitnaseh. V'Yithadar V'Yitaleh V'Yithalal Shnei V'Kudusha Prichu. Leila Min Kol B'Yachata V'Shirata. Tushbachata V'Nechemata. Amiram B'Alma B'Imru Amen. Yehei Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya V'Chayim Aleinu V'Al Kol Yisrael B'Imru Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, b'imru, amen. All right, friends, before we close out on page 321 with Adon Olam, just a couple of quick announcements. Services tomorrow morning at 10 a.m., on Sunday morning at 9 a.m. No adult ed for the rest of the month of December on Sundays. We're going to pick up again in January. Monday night, our deep dive into Genesis continues, and we are at the story of Cain and Abel. So if you want to know really what happened, come and join us. No experience necessary. You can jump in any time. It's the book of Genesis. It's our deep dive in. Wednesday night, we have Yiddish choir, and from what I understand, you're revisiting the oldie but goodies. So come on Wednesday night, get your Yiddish on. And then next week, we're back on Friday night, Shabbat morning, and then again Sunday morning. So anything, did I miss, Judy? Nope, got it all?
No, a letter going out.
Oh, go get the letter. Go get the letter. Watch your mail for a letter, all right? Something to look forward to, a letter.
Another one.
Pardon?
Another one.
Another one, another letter.
But
Sure.
not junk.
But it's not a junk letter. It's not spam. Although I don't know if it's called spam. Junk mail, not spam. Junk mail. It is not. All right, page 321. Adon Olam. Adon Olam Asher Malach B'terem Kol Yitzir Nivra Li'et Nasa B'chepsa Kol Azai Melech Shemo Nikra V'acharei Tiklot HaKol Levado Imloch Nohora V'hu Haya V'hu Hoveh V'hu Yihye B'tifara V'hu Echad V'ein Sheni L'ham Shelo L'hachbira B'li Reshit B'li Tachlit V'lo Ha'oz V'ha'mishra V'hu Eli V'chai Goali V'tzor Chedli B'yet Tzahara V'hu Nisi Umanos Li Menat Kosi B'yom Ekra B'yahado Avkid Ruchi B'yet Ishan B'yahira V'im Ruchi Geviyati Adonai Li V'lo Yira. All right. Before we say Shabbat Shalom, let's see who says hello to us from the interwebs. Jenny Bro, wishing everyone a peaceful Shabbat. Good Shabbos. Thank you, Jenny. Same to you. Kathleen Judge, Shabbat Shalom to all. Enjoy your weekend from Rabbi's Mom and Cliff. Thanks, Mom and Cliff. And Mark Rosen, looking good, Rabbi Bob. And Hoot made a great team. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you, Mark. And to you and to Lee for introducing us to Hootie, the new camera who looks like an owl. All right, friends, everybody have a great Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom and a good Shabbos. Be safe out there, and we'll see you soon.